Hello and welcome, this is Mousegunner, and we're back with some more of the Flashpoint DLC for BattleTech, picking up right where we left off in the last video. In the midpoint of a escort mission, we have arrived at our destination, but a new lance of enemy mechs has spawned in, 2 medium mechs and 2 light mechs that we have to deal with. At this point, I see no reason why I would want to move with the Firestarter, because you're not going to be able to get close enough, so let's just reserve. Allow the enemy to get closer to us, and then maybe we can sensor lock something or what have you. Now would probably not be a bad time to move. Let's start with the Griffin here, because I can shoot and move. So looks like the Shadowhawk is just in range. The 2H, which variant is that? Is that the one? Okay, that's the one that's going to have more armor versus firepower. What are you, a Vindicator? Okay. So, yeah, I think we fire and then we retreat, even though the Griffin has been untouched. I think that's the right call. So, let's do that. I could Precision Strike to knock him down in initiative, which would allow my Vindicator to possibly escape. If that's what we wanted to do. Without them being able to use the Shadowhawk. Let's just do this. Normal attack, though.
All weapons committed.
I could get more aggressive here and jump towards them rather than away from them. Or, you know, jump into, like, cover. Ideally, I'd want to get into the water, though, so I could cool off, because I just did a big salvo. I'm going to take the aggressive move for that reason. I mean, maybe I would have had a better shot if I had done that, but I could use Vigilance to give myself more protection. But I think I want to draw fire with the Griffin here. I didn't think about that before I did my move. Otherwise, I think I should have moved first, because I think my shot would have been better. So if they take the bait and go after the Griffin, that's actually what we want them to do. Okay, perfect. Didn't even have a direct line of sight either, so that was kind of a bad shot in a lot of ways, because it's too close and all that. I'm not sure he hit me at all. But even if he did, I'm not sure that was a good shot. Okay.
Awaiting orders.
Now, the one thing I have to realize here is that Shadowhawk is not really the biggest threat as far as a damage output standpoint. Okay, I'm looking at the end of this cover because I know with my traits that that is going to be the biggest benefit to me. Alternatively, I get nice and close, so I could use the most firepower, use Vigilance to give me cover, and then maybe in a future turn I jump into there. I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't have guarantees I'll be able to get into that cover, but I know I can get Vigilance this turn. So it's not necessarily a bad call. I've got multi-target, so I can do stuff with that as well. Yeah, let's do it.
Affirmative.
Okay. So I am going to use Vigilance now, before I forget. So we get a 40% damage reduction because of all bulwark traits. So if they go after me, that's fine. Although the commandos might be able to get in behind me, so maybe this was not the wisest thing to do. Okay, so I could just, what is their main damage? Okay, it's in their center torso, but we could get rid of the SRM-4 if we take off this arm. I think I hit this commando with the small lasers, and I hit the Shadowhawk, who we've already done a little bit of damage to, with the rest. That's my thinking. Maybe not the best choice, but go for it. So A. Alternatively, I could hit both of them to get their evasion down, but I don't really think it's going to be of too much benefit to do that. Not unless I get a kill on the commander, which I don't think I'm going to do, so yeah, you're going to be my B. Alright, fire away.
Roger that.
We're just going to focus down the Shadowhawk. At least attempt to. Here comes the Vindicator, who did nothing. Weird turn. Okay. So the Firestarter is not going to be able to get too close. Could sprint just to get as close as possible so we could use him next turn. Alternatively, we jump, and I can actually get within range to do something. Kind of exposing you to a future attack, but we can't hit the one commando that's already taken damage, who has no evasion. Honestly, I think that's the best thing that we can do, rather than sensor lock, which doesn't do anything for me.
Up high.
We might build up a decent amount of heat doing this, though. Okay, fire away.
On it.
Wow, we hit with both of them. That's actually really good. I mean, it's not going to do serious enough damage to really matter, but... Alright, so unfortunately, with truck, I do not want to move in close. So... I also don't want to move too much further away, honestly. So... I guess we just walk to here. Because I jumped away from these guys, they might not move. Ah, I should have reserved. That was dumb. You know what? I'm going to reserve now just in case it helps. I might be close enough that they move. But we may get some of them lagging here behind. I hope this guy at the very least will move. Fortunately, these guys aren't going to help me too much because they want to be in the zone. This one may not move because it's too far away. I should have kept my Firestarter back. Okay, thankfully it is moving. But it's moving in kind of a weird roundabout fashion. Okay.
I'm here.
So with truck, I may actually move back slightly. So that I'm getting close. Those guys. And then I'm going to hit the commando here. Not my ideal situation, but I don't want the Vindicator getting close so that its arm gets chopped off or something, so...
Position confirmed.
I have a feeling we may take some damage next turn. But we'll see what we can do. If they don't move this commando next turn, we may be able to light them up.
Copy that.
Alright, so we'll have to see. They are going to get the first move. And it's going to be this commando, so that's actually good for me. Although, okay, if they get behind me, that would be really bad. Kind of confused why that guy didn't attack me.
How's it going?
Alright, can I walk into range? No, I am going to have to jump. We could get a rear shot on that guy, which is really tempting. Not a great shot, though, because he has evasion. That is super tempting, though. Could even precision strike him to try and take him out. But I think, honestly, we need to remove the damage dealers here. So I'm going to jump in. I'm going to do what damage I can to this commando. Maybe I go for a precision strike to knock him down in initiative as well. I still think this is the better call, though, because we could precision strike, go right after his center torso, and maybe just delete him without needing any other follow-up. That is such a tempting shot, I feel like I have to do it. Because when the AI does this kind of thing, and they give me their back like that, I feel like I have no choice but to just make them pay for it. Now the question is, how many weapons can I actually fire here? All of them. Okay, good. Alright, I feel like I have no choice. I have to do this. If it's a good shot, which it is, we go after the center torso. We only have a 41% chance of hitting it, but if we can get enough damage in here... I mean, how much armor does he got here? 20? So all we have to do is 60 damage and we can just straight up kill him. I feel like I have to do that.
Firing.
Unfortunately, I think our damage spread out too much. Ah, we got it anyway. So we just deleted that guy.
Down.
The main reason that wasn't a good idea is because I think this guy's going to get behind me. Oh, no, he didn't quite. Well, he's still going to do damage to me, which is not ideal. Alright. So in theory, I could go on this initiative phase, but I'm very well defended right now. I'm not sure I'd be able to get any better defense. I mean, I could jump back here. Let's see if we could even do that. Okay, so here we would be just as well defended. So in that regard, I think we have to do that. Okay. We want to focus down the Shadowhawk, so yeah. And not only that, the Vindicator has a really good defense, so we don't want to really hit it. Yeah, I think this is the best move. Then we just smack the... I want to move slightly closer, though. Let's see, maybe this move? Oh, no, it's broken line of sight, so that wouldn't be a good shot. There, that's better. That's a perfect range. Okay. Need to line it up. Alright. So in theory, we have the same 40% damage reduction, but we have more evasion than we had before. And we get to hit the Shadowhawk before he gets a chance to go. I'm not sure we're going to really reduce his firepower because it still has a lot of armor, but maybe. Depends. If we get good damage on that right torso, for example.
Engaging target.
Alright. We'll have to see who goes first. Oh, wow. Didn't even move. And you missed a lot, too. Wow. Alright. Okay, so that means that our follow-up attacks aren't as urgent. I think what we do is... That's actually a good question. What do I do here? I think I reserve. Yeah, if the Vindicator does that, now it's not very well defended.
Barely hit.
Because Bulwark doesn't work the way it used to, so just staying still doesn't get you jack. So, yeah, alright. We also want to reserve to make sure that these vehicles move, so we don't move away from them. And then I think Truck is going to move in to try and get a rear shot on the Commando. Because I think we can do that. Although, I'm not sure that's actually the best call. Let's see. How are you damaged? You're damaged more on the right side, and the left side's what's facing me. So, it doesn't particularly matter because he doesn't have any defense, so... Oh, yeah, okay. So, if we move over here, we do get the rear shot. Yeah, I'll take it. We'll take the rear shot on the Commando. Maybe we can do some serious damage to it. Man, the chance to hit the Commando is pretty low. I'm kind of curious. There must be modifiers because of its size. Yeah, target size +3. Is the... Oh, you are a direct line of sight. No, that's indirect. Well, it's only a difference of 10%, I guess. I still think we take this shot.
Copy that.
Alright. Pretty good damage. Alright. Now I have to decide what to do here. I can't see the Shadowhawk from here. So do we move to get that line of sight? I kind of want to stay within the water here, but I also don't want to take a position where they could get my back. Like, ideally, I think I would attack and then I would jump over there if I had the ability to do so. Alright, before I make any move, though, I want to see... How bad off are you? We may be able to take out this side. But AC5 is the real damage, and that's on the other side. I could alternatively jump in here and get in behind and get a rear shot. I don't know. And I guess the armor is not particularly great on a Shadowhawk from the rear. I mean, I guess if we got the rear shot, we might as well take it. It might be a little problematic after this, but it looks alright.
All weapons committed.
Okay, we got a crit on the AC-5, so that's pretty good.
Critical damage detected.
And the enemy is kind of at a disadvantage point now. No matter what they do. I think I'm going to take the Firestarter in behind the Vindicator. So I can get a nice rear shot there. We do leave ourselves vulnerable to punching, and the Shadowhawk is very good at that. Alright, let's see what we can do with Scarecrow here. I can't quite get in behind unless I jump. Jumping, we know, would build up a lot of heat. Alright, well, before we make that move, let's take a look at the situation. So, you are fresh, but I could get rear armor attack. Okay, I don't think that would get anything necessarily severe. You, on the other hand, are really hurting on the right side, which is over this way. You're kind of hurting on the... I mean, you're hurting everywhere to a certain extent, so it wouldn't necessarily be a bad move. Go after you. But I honestly, again, I'm being given the rear. I feel like I gotta take it. And we'll go after the Vindicator in this case. Heat's going to be high. I may only be able to do the small lasers or something like that. We'll have to see.
Engaging jump jets.
This is one of the situations where I kind of really wish I had multi-target. Oh yeah, we're going to be way overheating. But we could get the small lasers off. This is 80 damage, which is still pretty darn good.
Putting one in the back.
Okay. And if we can stay on their back, that's pretty good. They're very insistently going after my Vindicator. Alright. I think I swing maybe the Griffin in on behind the Vindicator because it hasn't gone yet, and we could give it a full salvo. Oop. I wanted to move there, not click on the other mech. There we go. Yeah, I think this is the move we take. Maybe leaving us vulnerable in the future, but... we don't want to take any more damage on our Vindicator, and they're likely going to attack, so... fire away. Yeah, that many rear shots kind of hurts.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Now the Vindicator's going to be able to go. I took out the side that doesn't have the PPC. Oh, you are going to go after the Firestarter. And you just gave me my back, or gave me your back, or truck.
I'm here.
At least I'm fairly certain I can get in behind you. It may require a jump. And that's going to be the jump. I do want to hit you with medium lasers if I can. There's a possibility they'll be able to attack me next turn. Not sure I can really stop that, but I can't not take the rear like this. This is such a good opportunity. Harley hasn't gone yet. Another rear shot here. I don't think this Vindicator is going to be alive after this. You can't take that kind of damage to your rear. No, that's not good. All right.
Yes, Commander.
Now, if I can get a precision strike, I'm actually going to take it. And the reason I'm going to take it is so that I can knock the Shadowhawk down. So I'm not going to move a lot here. I'm going to stay within the woods. And yeah, we're going to hit the Shadowhawk. That way, it's going to be able to get hit by everything we've got next turn.
On the move.
Put us in a good advantage situation. Okay, we're going to go after the right torso because it's already pretty heavily damaged. Why not?
Affirmative.
Fortunately, we missed with the serious damage. That still will hurt, though. And the important thing is that we knocked him down in initiative for next turn, which means all of our mechs will be able to act against it before it gets to go. Okay, we're just waiting on that one vehicle, which should happen within the next turn. Okay, the commando is going to be able to go here. I don't think it will be able to get in behind anybody. It can do that, though. I mean, Commando 2Ds are still not anything to laugh off.
Damage minimal.
Alright, so we've got at least 2 rear shots I can do here.
Standing by.
So I'm going to walk in behind. The Shadowhawk, and then I get another back shot with the Griffin. If it's still standing after that, I'm going to be very surprised. We could probably get away with maybe even both. Yeah, both of them. This is not going to be good for the Shadowhawk. You literally have almost no armor anywhere. I mean, look at that, those bars. Okay.
Standing by.
Now, can you hit? You hit with the medium lasers? No. They still want you to move up to do that, though. I'm going to split target here. So you're going to move up.
Copy
We'll
that.
fire the LRMs against the Shadowhawk. If the Shadowhawk can stand against that kind of firepower with the situation that it's in, I'll be very surprised. So you're going to be A. You're going to be B. He's getting there, but it's still fine.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, you're still standing. Very surprised. Alright. Oh, my mech. No, literally, you have to be hanging on by a thread. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, just about everything except the center torso has been just, you know, there's no armor anywhere. Which is unfortunate for me, because that means I may have to dump more firepower in here than I really want to. Yeah, let's move here. And I'm going to split shot. I think I'm going to waste firepower if I do everything against the Shadowhawk, but I feel like we might get unlucky and not hit where I need to. But I'm still going to do the multi-target. So you're A, you're B, and A is going to be the SRMs, B is going to be the medium lasers. Let's see what we can get with this.
Engaging multiple targets.
Yeah, goodbye. Okay, good. I may be able to finish it off with Gnarly here. We'll have to see.
Commander.
I'm going to try and jump into the water. We're getting a nice rear shot. I think this is the second time we've hit this guy in the rear, if I'm correct. I didn't pay attention to see if we got the small lasers in range. Sure did. We're not going to be able to fire... Yeah, we'll just turn off the large laser. That's fine.
Rear armor it is.
Yeah. Super overkill on that one.
Target neutralized.
In theory, the mission's not over yet because the one vehicle hasn't moved in yet. But it will be doing that now. Okay, we just need to get done.
Good job. Objective secured.
And that should be the end of the mission. It will tell me to extract here, but I'm gonna guess we killed all the opposition. If we have to, we can go in here.
Mission
Okay.
successful.
Alright, not too bad. We get some bonus. Unfortunately, we are gonna have to do one bit of repair. And one of our pilots is out as well, which is fine. It gets us the opportunity to get experience somewhere else. Okay, let's see what we can do here. So sadly, we don't have parts for either of these types of mechs yet. We have enough... Yeah, okay. Well, definitely we're going to grab the Shadowhawk and the Vindicator part. I wouldn't mind having another Vindicator just as like a backup type mech. I'm looking to see if there's any special systems we're overlooking. No, it doesn't look like it. So what do we take with our other stuff? We're not going to get a full mech no matter what I do. Well, that's not true. We have enough to get a commando here. Yeah, I'll take that. And then maybe a large laser here. Wouldn't hurt to have another one. I don't have that many large lasers, I don't think. So we'll take that just for getting a weapon that we may need. I have a feeling we're going to get a lot of these parts because of the large amount of salvage we're going to get here. Okay, so we got the Locust part, couple commando parts. All right, not bad. I would have hoped for more medium mechs in that encounter, but it would have made it harder, obviously.
That mech you wanted is back online.
With all those SRMs, the COM 2D is like a small, highly mobile shotgun that can take down mechs twice its size or bigger. You've got to be careful with it, though, because it's not meant to take much of a beating. Alright, let's take a look at our mech base. So the Commander 2D is not loaded out, and at this stage I'm actually tempted to just put it down into storage, because I don't think I'm likely going to load it out. We already have a bunch of other backup light mechs that honestly at this stage, like the Locust 1M, I don't know if I'm going to be using that. Matter of fact, I think I'm just going to put this down into storage now, because we're paying money for this. I'll keep the Commando 2D around, I guess. We also have a Panther that isn't loaded out. I really feel like these two mechs are just not going to get used, but I'll put this one down in storage, and then I'm probably... Yeah, you know what? The Commander 2D is the one we should put down in storage. Yeah, that's fine. This Vindicator needs repaired, which will take a day. That's fine. We also have a pilot that's out for 14 days, so we're not going to get her back anytime soon. Because the Vindicator took damage, I could immediately go into a fight with like a Panther or something, but we would be down. Let's see again on the contracts what we have, because if the problem is doing a contract doesn't advance time, so I'm going to come into a problem where I'm going to want to wait for this Vindicator at some point anyway, so it may not matter. But let's take a look at our contracts nonetheless, and then we'll decide what we're going to do after that. So we do have a 1.5 skull mission here. That's against the Capellans, okay. And we have a 2.5 skull mission. So that's the one we're definitely going to want the Vindicator for. So I could hold that repair until after we do this one, which is an ambush convoy. So we're doing the opposite of what we just did. We escorted a convoy. Now we're going to be ambushing one, possibly. This is in Tundra. Deal with this one. It's against pirates. The battle. That's looking a little bit more promising. It pays better. The salvage isn't as good, though. I mean, obviously we're going to want to do both of them, so it doesn't really matter. Now, if I did take the 1.5 skull mission, it would probably be the Panther that we would end up taking, which is the default loadout Panther, which in my opinion isn't necessarily the greatest. Unfortunately, we don't have another LRM-20, or I would send this Panther in, which honestly is almost as good as the Vindicator that it'd be replacing. It's kind of unfortunate we don't have that situation where we have another LRM-20. And there's no store here, so I can't even load it out that way if I wanted to. I honestly think it makes perfect sense to just wait a day. So that's what we're going to do.
I wrapped up that job you asked for, Commander.
Okay, it's been done. So now that we're at that point, who are we going to put into the next mission? That's going to be pretty important to decide. So it's probably going to be between Mothman, Bricks, and Toxic. Mothman probably being the one that we'll send, because she's the one that already has a bunch of experience. And we could
Standing by.
put her in. Question is, where do we put some into piloting, or do we just save it? probably be a good idea to wait until we get some ability here. So yeah, I don't think we're going to really be doing a whole lot with any of the backup pilots. What about the pilots that I have in my front line? Oh, nothing there.
How's it going?
Now, I could use a Revere, but honestly, he's the backup scout, so I don't think that's what we want to do. Finally, we have enough to do this. I will do so. And confirm. So what does this make you?
Training confirmed, Commander.
Oh, it makes you recon. Okay, I don't think we had that before. And truck. We could give more guts. Does that do anything for us? It gives us health. I think we just keep saving for the accuracy. At this stage, she's our support mech. That's what we want from her. Or she's our support pilot. I don't know why I keep calling her a mech. Alright, so I think we're more or less ready to go with our pilots. Probably going to use Mothman to replace Gnarly. And we'll do one of these missions. But it's a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.